I remember some time ago, years ago, I had lost my job and I could not find one. And I was struggling. I didn't know what to do. I was looking everywhere, couldn't find anything. I prayed to God, Lord, help me. The Lord gave me strategy. And I want to share some of the strategies that I've learned throughout my experiences in life and to help you land the great jobs that you want. I was able to work for some of the best companies in the world that were the top in my industry, and I've been blessed by that. So I want to share some of those strategies or steps to obtaining those type of jobs that you may want in your field. So without any delay, I want to remind you, like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you have any questions, if this video is of any value for you, make sure to do that. So number one, right, you have to learn to network effectively. So how do you go about really networking effectively? You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? So there's two ways to effectively network. One is in person networking events and so on, whether it's virtual or whatever, face to face or one on one virtually or whatever. And then number two is using technology such as LinkedIn. So now how do you effectively use technology like LinkedIn? So when you go on LinkedIn, you go for the sales navigator account. So when I was going through my struggle, I went onto LinkedIn, set up a sales navigator account. And through that sales navigator account, I was able to pinpoint who I wanted to add. So I was able to look for people that are in the HR field, with an HR title, or whatever, human resources. I was able to target them in the firms that I was interested in the industry that I was interested in. And through that, I was able to connect with one of the big four firms HR personnel in Texas. This person, by God's grace, was so gracious to me. She connected me to the New York HR person, gave me the person's number, direct number, which was so kind of her because I really needed this. So then through that, I went ahead, connected with that person in New York, and this person sets up a conversation with me. We talked, nothing came out of it. All right. So time went on. I ended up getting a smaller company job. So a few months later, I reached back out to this HR person asking, hey, any opportunities? So eventually she sets me up for an interview. And I come in for an interview. I didn't get the job. I knew my stuff. I didn't know all the strategies yet, but I did not get the job. So what happened next? Right? Went home. I said thank you for this opportunity, and she was blown away by my response. Right? I was still so gracious. I was still so appreciative of the opportunity to just an interview, and that was it. And then the other thing I want to remind you is that when you do face-to-face networking as well, try to connect with people, right? You can gauge whether a person wants to talk to you, whether someone wants to talk to you by whether they gonna ask any questions back, whether they're gonna ask you for your name when you ask for their name, right? So learn to gauge all that. Go learn those interpersonal skills. So step number two is, how do you nail that job? Remember, I didn't get the job the first time. How do you nail that job? So anyways, months passed, all right? Probably another half a year passed. I get a text message randomly one day from this same lady, and she says, "Hey, Sam, are you available to come in tomorrow?" I was like, "I'm coming. I'll be there." So this large accounting firm, one of the most prestigious, arguably the most prestigious accounting firm in the world, right? I received the message, and I'm there the next day for an interview. I go to the interview, and I came prepared. I asked open-ended questions. And here's the key. Make sure the interviewer does 80% of the talking. This is what I learned that was so powerful, is that people love to talk about themselves. So make sure to let them talk about themselves. Don't do most of the talking. Try to talk 20% of the time. Let them do 80% of the talking. Because people are going to like you more when you do that. That's psychology, and that's a sales strategy. This is not me coming up with all that, right? So now you let them talk. Ask them questions, open-ended questions. Yes, be competent. Yes, do your research. Yes, know your stuff. Ask them questions like, you see a picture on the wall. That's what I did, right? So this person, I was talking to this, this person had pictures of herself with a politician and a celebrity, and I asked questions about that. Made her talk about it, right? And let her expand on those, and she was excited to talk about it. So I left that place, that same company that rejected me 6 months earlier. I left that place before I got home. I got a call that you're gonna get the job offer. And it was about almost $40,000 salary increase at that time. That was huge for me, right? I wasn't making that much in, with the previous job. So that was a big jump for me. So I was so excited about having this opportunity and how everything worked out so perfectly. This was a huge break for me because remember, as an accountant, these are some of the firms we all want to get into. This is like getting into an Ivy League school as a high schooler trying to get into college or university. That's how it is trying to get into Ivy League school. Get into these companies opens so many doors for you. Because after that, I started receiving offers and jobs and so many interviews everywhere. Every day, recruiters been hitting me up, and that was the breakthrough I needed. Though these are strategies that helped me, but I'm not done there. Let's go to the next step or strategy. Step three. Now, what if you don't get the job? You did all this stuff. You networked well, you in person, you did a LinkedIn, you went ahead and asked the right questions, you were competent, you did, I've been through that as well, right? So you did everything you could, but you still didn't get the job. What do you do now? Well, the answer is resilience. Don't give up. Quitters never win. And winners never quit. Make sure you don't quit. Thomas Edison, when he was building the light bulb, all right, they said stop while you're ahead because he kept on failing and it didn't work. But he said, no, I have not failed. I have found 1,000 ways of how I should not do it. That's a man of faith right there, right? He did not quit. There's a Japanese quote that says, fall 7 times, get up 8. All he needs that one extra one, and that's all. You see, that's beautiful. Just that one more opportunity, one more, just one more. Don't give up. You're probably so close to achieving that goal. You're probably so close to um, getting that thing that you want. You're probably so close coming back with your wife or your kids. You're probably so close to achieving that thing that you want to achieve so badly. Here to tell you, don't quit. Don't give up. Quitters never win and winners never quit. Resilience is honorable. Resilience is key. Resilience shows faith. Resilience, right, shows faith. And remember, faith can move mountains. And so I'm here to encourage you to say, don't give up. I interviewed for all of the big four firms, Deloitte, EY, PwC, KPMG, all these large accounting firms, and they all rejected me. They rejected me 3 times. PwC rejected me. EY rejected me. KPMG rejected me. They all turned me down early in my career. And I couldn't get in. And I wanted to give up. But I didn't because for me, failure is not an option. Resilience is the key. Failure is not an option. I'm stubborn like that. You got to be stubborn. Life is going to test you. Life's going to ask, how bad do you want this? Life's going to test you. Sometimes God's going to test you to see how bad do you want this thing? Do you want it as bad as you want to breathe? Do you want it as bad as someone that's underwater who wants to breathe? Do you want it that bad? Then don't give up. Don't stop. Keep going. You can, you will, you must. So look, I didn't give up. Fall 7 times, get up 8. All I need is one. Now I have so many companies reaching out to me every single week, every single day. I have people reaching out to me, asking me, trying to make offers to me. And so I'm here to encourage you. Don't give up. That's the third step. Don't give up. Remember, 7 Up, the soda, is called 7 Up because when the person was creating the 7 Up, tried 6 times and failed, the seventh time was when they did it correctly. 7th time was when they succeeded. That's why it's called 7 Up, okay? And so when you understand that, all right, you can never go wrong. I'll give you one more story. In the story of Elijah in the Old Testament, I don't care what faith background you have. When you go read that story in the Bible, in the Old Testament, it talks about Elijah. He prayed that no rain should come into the land of Israel, and it did not rain for 3 years. Then later on, he was praying for rain to come back. He prayed the first time, no rain. He prayed again, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still no rain. One of the most powerful prophets of the Old Testament prayed 6 times. No rain will come. On the 7th try, the rain came and blessed the land. And so I'm here to tell you, don't give up. Don't give in. You can, you will, you must. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. I want to hear your testimonies. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear how this strategies helped you. So go ahead, apply for those jobs, get those jobs, and get empowered. You can, you will, you must. I love you. Stay blessed. God loves you. I'm pumped.
Disclaimer: this video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research before making investment decisions.